estate, not financial advice. Invest in Laserdisc. No asesoramiento financiero. Commit crimes. What a great opening. Thanks, dude. Yeah, good. Keep it tight. Wow. Best creator on the platform. Cryptocurrency. What? Question mark. Why is it important? Is it important at all? Who makes them? How are they made? How all questions that I will make no attempt to directly answer, as should be obvious by now, and if not, welcome to the channel, new viewer. When it comes to describing topics, it's kind of like jazz here, because I omit specific things that are usually there, but instead of being endearing and an important part to the whole endeavor, it's actually a massive flaw in my workflow. I'm also like jazz because I'm best known for being 4'4". That was a terrible joke. But let's speak about something that isn't terrible. Today's sponsor, Boxu, who I hope is not deeply ashamed of being connected to me after that joke. 4'4" is like a common timing for jazz, and it could also refer to a high... It's fine, I'll just let the joke die. It's fine. No one laugh. It's a bad joke. Boxu is a premium Japanese snack box service designed to deliver high-quality snacks from around Japan right to your doorstep every month. Unlike their competitors, the snacks included in each month's box is specifically made to suit the box's theme. Your first box will include a variety of snacks, with every month after that being based around a different idea. And if you enjoyed any of the snacks in the box, then you can use their storefront on their website to purchase more of it. Each box also contains a booklet that details where the snacks were made, the name, ingredients, and what flavors you should expect from them, which is especially useful if you don't want to wildly guess what Japanese symbols mean. Oh really? That's what it's called? Yeah, I think I'll trust the book with this one. So to take advantage of this limited time offer and support the channel, use the link in the comment section or the video description below and use code Kappa10 to get 10% off your Boxy subscription, potentially saving up to $47, with the option to pause or cancel your subscription at any time. As you may have heard or assumed, based off the title, thumbnail, and general content so far of this video, there's been a fair bit of shenanigans recently in the world of cryptocurrency, also known as Monday, but it does have some overlap with content creators, making it somehow less unique, specifically these creators, who I won't really say for certain like did or did not understand the extent of what will soon be discussed in this video, because other people have already done that, and I'm just here to say funny swear words. If you desire damning declarations, I will defer you to, that was nice alliteration, nice work me, to Mudaha for the breaking the story and understanding cryptocurrency, CoffeeZilla for the investigative work, and FPS Diesel because he's my friend and I want him to do well. For those who don't know anything about cryptocurrencies, can I live inside your brain for a second? Oh wow, it's nice and cozy in here. Anyway, as simplistically as I could possibly describe, cryptocurrencies are, it's like a bunch of code that determines how the coin itself functions when it's being traded. Much like stocks, the coins actually lack value by themselves, but are instead traded based off what people think they're worth. For instance, Bitcoin obviously has a high valuation because it is a mainstream coin, meaning that it's most likely to be accepted and adopted first before other coins if businesses decide to use it. Now, if you know anything about the stock market and you just heard lack inherent value and high valuation, you may be a slight bit worried. Don't fear. Nothing bad has ever come of this. For the most part, the biggest cryptocurrencies that you'll see on selective services that I'm now putting in my hands, thank you PostMe, like you'll see on things like the Independent Reserve if you're in Australia, they're generally trustworthy, extremely inconsistent in price because it's the crypto sector, which is currently going through a rough stage in their growth, and also growing way too fast. So, great combination. Much like early access or banking, this eventually leads to scams, most commonly pump and dump, where a small group of insiders either develop or latch onto a coin, buy a lot of it at a very low price, reel in gullible investors who drive the price up, they sell at the peak, price drop, coin dies, rinse and repeat. The most famous example of this being BitConnect, for whatever possible reason. Who knows why it's popular? Hey everyone, just wanted to take a few seconds out of this video to apologize. A few seconds ago I made a joke about all banking being a scam. That was improv. I meant to explicitly and seriously say all banking is a scam. Ooh, what are the banks gonna do? Come and beat me up? Probably. The banking system in Australia is really cool. My days are now numbered, so I would like to finish this video, which brings us to the current day, the present, or several weeks ago. I'm talking about like the topic now, so you can like pay attention. The coin in question that started my intrigue, slightly more than passing apathy, into creators endorsing crypto, was the Save the Kids coin, or what? It's kids coin. Save the Kids is what you really need to remember. Don't bother searching for it either. You won't find it. The website has been swiftly removed, which kind of definitely ruins the dramatic tension in this video of whether or not this was actually a scam. So, oh no. It's also worth mentioning that I am talking about Save the Kids, not Save the Children, which is an actual charity that's been around for quite a while, very reputable. And how can anyone possibly mistake the two? They only share a similar web design topics, declared purpose, color scheme, and, you know, a similar logo. But apart from that, it's all coincidence. I'm sure it's a coincidence for like legal reasons. There's probably like no reason to be worried legally, but I can't risk litigation and haven't reached the public that I have 1,700 DUIs. You may be asking yourself, wide awake at night, as you watched part of this video and then went to sleep and then woke up and watched the rest of it, how does a cryptocurrency make money for charity? And the answer is, it doesn't. It was never going to. It was a scam, so that's not even relevant. And also, I don't really understand it at all, but I will say, looking at a wallet's history at first glance, does look very suspicious, as they have a balance of 1.8 million kids. Now, funny joke, but I do say this as someone who has a file called cryptoscam.txt on my computer, so let's get this video done quick before the feds show up and find out I make YouTube videos. How embarrassing. There's quite a few people involved in this, or were involved in this, like Summer Rae, who is well known for being born in September of 1996 and being 1.7 meters tall, and I'm not reading this off a wiki page. I wouldn't do that. There's also Rice Gum, who's never been in a situation where he's endorsed what is essentially a decently flashy scam to his followers. Literally, that never happened. But on the other hand, he did, in some way, create the career of yours truly, which could be a silver lining on this cloud, or a further indictment of his existence. I'm going with the second one. I'm a mistake. Stop watching me. Lastly, there's 4 guys from FaZe, or should I say the 3 guys from FaZe, because one of them suddenly disappeared from the organization faster than money disappears from my wallet into financially stable investments or knitted sweaters. Seriously, it's like I'm allergic to denim or something. What am I doing? It should be noted that while all of them were involved in promoting the coin in some way, not financial advice, their actual involvement in it varies wildly, with Summer Rae pretty much being removed before the situation even happened. Good work, Summer Rae's PR team. It's amazing how they saw this coming. I think they either have the power of precognition or 2 human eyes. There was Rice Gum, who I don't fucking care about, but he promoted it. Tico dumped no coins and instead actually bought more than he was given, essentially doubling down on his loss. Nikon, or Nike, whatever the fuck, he sold off some of his coins. Jarvis and K, who dumped 2/3 in specific wallets. More on that later. Allegedly, but more on that later. According to K, he also had an entire wallet where he dumped no coins. Wow, what a yeah, cool. Trying to prove that he wasn't going to make a profit, but it was also in that same breath, he proved that he did in fact dump coins from a different wallet, so he like still participated. Like he probably made money, just not a profit, and by God, what a fucking hero. The problem with crypto wallets is that it's essentially impossible to prove that a wallet belongs to someone because the entire process is anonymous. They specifically basically have to tell you, or you have to do a bunch of detective work and track down specific transactions of the correct amount with like the wallet hashes, and it's a giant string of text. It just looks like insane ramblings. So good job, Mutaha, Some Ordinary Gamer, and Coffeezilla. Go watch videos of them. Thanks to their groundbreaking research and investigative skills, I can say all of what I have previously said with a very strong sense of, it's probably close enough. So how did all of this happen? Well, if you just push aside the lying to people part, which is a pretty big problem. Originally, there was a line in the code that determined that you couldn't sell more than a certain percentage of your wallet in the coin before a certain amount of time as an anti-dumping measure, which makes sense. Increasing the amount of time it takes to do something shady increases the chance you will get caught and that people can operate around that. It's why people dump murder weapons off a bridge and they don't leave them on the nature strip for the hard rubbish collection. Now, for some reason, the reason being scamming people, that line was changed in the same way that detonating a nuclear warhead changes the landscape, as in it was effectively deleted by the developers, who weren't all that happy about it, but they were just contractors, which according to my understanding of the workplace means they don't actually have feelings. The question of who gave the order was up in the air for quite a while, but thanks to the investigative work of someone else, again, just gonna say swear words here, we found out it was Sam Pepper, who is definitely still alive, and not a bunch of rats impersonating him in a human suit. Despite how I'm saying this, I'm being completely genuine. Just to drive it home, Sam Pepper is definitely not a bunch of rats. Now, if you're one of the several million people who know Sam Pepper for that one thing he did and then nothing else, quick recap would be, he did the thing, no one liked him, he quit in 2017, moved to Twitch, got banned. He's now on TikTok, barely uses it. And now he's actively on Twitter where he shills various crypto coins and his NFTs to his massive audience. Sarcasm. He was also on Big Brother, I think. No one really liked him. Again, can't directly prove it was him and that he profited off this and to what extent, or like if anyone else helped him because they haven't been charged. But everything I've said up until this point is like almost guaranteed to be true. Go watch the videos. I physically do not have time to summarize these videos. It's just not even possible. The way these connections are made make me feel like a stupid dumb idiot. This leads us to the current moment. 3 FaZe members have been suspended, including Tico for some fucking reason. And K has been entirely removed, which isn't surprising, given the serious damage that he caused to the FaZe brand, not just with the situation, but with his continuous involvement with stuff like MILFcoin. Sure, that could be the next big fucking thing, but from an optics perspective, not the greatest thing to tweet. Hashtag MILF. I've said this before, but there's nothing wrong with taking sponsorships. I don't have a vested interest in this. Don't look at the first half of this video. I personally don't think it devalues the content in any significant way or the personality of the creator. As long as it's clear that it's an ad and where it starts and where it stops and that it doesn't influence the content of the video in an editorial sense. See Gamers Nexus. At this point, paid promotions from creators are a pretty established part of the industry and on average are a hell of a lot more ethical than like a lot of other forms of advertising. Some of the shit they do is kind of really shady. And as long as there's like a clear difference between paid to read some words after you explicitly point out that you're being paid to read those words about a product, and telling people to actually invest money in something that can and did reap profits by taking money from the people you're advertising to. That and the anonymous nature of cryptocurrencies should make most people extremely wary of taking any form of money to promote anything, just as everyone watching this should be equally wary of the slightest endorsement of any coin, especially if they use hashtags. I fucking hate them. Which is a shame. There's genuine potential in crypto, but like as long as it's somewhat unregulated to the point where people can just do this shit, it's never gonna be widely accepted. It's just not possible. Or who knows, maybe I'm just being extremely paranoid and adding the phrase "not financial advice" at the end of the statement that very clearly advises the reader on what to do with their financial assets completely absolves you. Oh, any wrongdoing, it doesn't matter. But at the same time, I'm not unfathomably and monumentally stupid, so I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that this sentence was included in so many people's tweets because someone told them to do it, and they didn't actually check if that was, like, relevant. Also, on another note, Jordan Galen, senior talent manager, he was kicked. I have nowhere else to put this guy, I don't know. He was kicked from FaZe, there you go. Sorry, all you Galeners. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you Jordan Galen fans, but he's been kicked from FaZe. K did upload a second response, with the first one being so pointless I've ignored it, where he came to the conclusion that almost the entire thing was Sam Pepper's fault. And while I believe that Sam was intentionally trying to scam people for enormous self-gain, see Sam Pepper, it's also worth noting that it was K who determined this. after investigating himself. Even with his explanation, there's some pretty big plot holes. He states the reason Sam Pepper was involved to such an extent was he already ran the management for a lot of K's content or something, and was heavily involved in cryptos. He had worked with FaZe, and K, by his own admission, knew very little about the whole thing, and was as surprised as all the other people scammed when Sam betrayed them. A tragic tale fit for Greek theatre, slightly undercut by the strange and ill-advised choice to trust Sam Pepper with anything more valuable than a Scientology pamphlet, because he's been accused of some pretty horrendous shit, and generally has a reputation that's attempting to dig to the planet's core. I mean, one Google search, man. Also, I get the charity coin is an interesting project, but if K really, isn't that well versed in the nuts and bolts of cryptocurrency, the decision to promote something you don't understand in a field that is constantly criticized for being rampant with scams makes you either a liar or an idiot, with no one surrounding you that has common sense, and it's difficult to determine which is worse. If we take everything he says at face value, it still doesn't explain the decision to, help develop and promote some, random fucking coin. If you really care about a project that helps children, just do a normal charity drive. There's essentially none of the risk while still reaping significant benefits to your cause. I understand this project had potential to earn a larger amount of money for charity over a longer period of time if it was executed perfectly, but if you don't even understand blockchains, why the hell are you getting involved? It takes all of a single Google search to find out crypto coins are extremely easy to scam people with. Literally, just look, Google crypto scam, and you come up with a fucking fuck ton of lists. So yes, while Sam Pepper was definitely the cause of the whole thing crumbling apart, if he demanded the anti-whaling coin to be removed, a significant amount of the blame can still be placed on K's feet, because he's still fucking promoted it and helped develop it and a bunch of things despite what should be to most people some pretty glaring red flags. Not financial advice, again. But that's my time for the day. I am late for a variety of things, I imagine. I'm standing in a very hot, very dark room, and I don't know what day it is. So, I actually don't know what month it is. Kind of forgot. Anyway, subscribe. Buy some merch. And thanks for Boxy to sponsoring the video. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to the fellas for supporting me every month, giving me some security in my life. God knows I need it. I'm in shambles constantly. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe in lockdown if you're in Australia. Alright, goodbye.